Hello everybody and welcome. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my 20-gallon long and talking to you guys about aquascaping. So I'm going to give you guys some brief tips that you can use in creating your own aquascapes at home and your own aquariums. So the first thing to consider is the plants and the fish. If they're not doing well, if they're not healthy, the whole tank won't look good, and that's just bad. Nobody wants that. So first and foremost, make sure those things are doing good. And now that I've gotten that out of the way, I will now do the more aquascaping, beautiful, creating cool looking things part of the video. So some super basic tips are going to basically be, you want to create slopes. You want to have angles. So you don't want flat. Like you don't want like an entire flat tank. You do not want that. You want to have height in areas and create depth and all that kind of stuff. You can, most of the time you'll do this naturally. You won't even notice it. Like you'll place your short plants up here in the front and your tall plants here in the back. And that is creating slopes and angles, which is much more appealing to the eye. The key is creating a bunch of those angles in different points in the tank. So like with this one, I have this driftwood which slopes down here. That's creating another angle. And I have other angles. If I show you the tank from the side, I have another angle going from here where it kind of goes up here closer to the edge of the tank with this gravel, because like it transitions from gravel to sand. And that'll bring me to another point, is using different angles and stuff to create different materials to create different looks. So like with this sand, it's a much brighter look. I mean, my camera's not picking it up that great. It's not like glowing. It's not like a light. It's like, I don't know, it's like white on the screen, at least for me. But this is like a pool filter sand, and then it transitions to this gravel, which kind of gives it like, go from like a grassland kind of effect, which I was going with because I have a bunch of dwarf sage. You can kind of see some dwarf sage over in here. Now, when you see the side picture or side view, you'll see it a lot better. But then over here, I have these crypts and stuff, and these cardinal plants, and these stem plants in the back, which kind of creates a denser, darker kind of feel, like a thicker forest kind of look, maybe, if you kind of see what I'm saying. So, and transitioning between two different caps on the substrate also helps to do that. And I'll kind of give you guys a closer look at that so you can see what I'm talking about. So you kind of see, on the left I have the gravel, on the right I have the sand, and it kind of like goes from here to here, and it kind of transitions. And if it was a straight line, it wouldn't look that great. It wouldn't look as natural. So don't do everything in straight lines and make everything organized. It won't look very natural. The next thing is your hardscape, which is like your decorations, your rocks, your driftwood. Like with my tank, I have the driftwood over here. Your hardscape is very important, because that kind of is like your big, I want to say, focal point. So, one of the important things to do is, like with your focal point, is you want to have that one big piece, and that piece is what your focal point will be, and you want to put emphasis on that focal point. So with this tank, I have the driftwood right here. Now this is actually two pieces of driftwood. So the first piece is this one that kind of like is in this L shape, goes from here back up to here, and this other one behind it, this kind of creates a little cave effect. The fish can actually swim through that. Now the big one here is obviously the focal point, and I put that piece in first. And that's the key thing you usually want to do, or basic guideline. You don't always have to do that. You can put other things underneath it, or whatever it may be if you're doing with rocks. But generally you put it in there first, you get where you want to put it, and then you kind of mess around with it later. But you always want to try and put it off center. So like here, it's on the left side of the tank. So the next thing, here we go, we got the side view. There we go. I can kind of see the sand a lot better now. So the next thing is, when you're planning your tank, from where it is in your room, like this tank is viewable from this panel. Oops, my hand's not even visible back there. This panel here and this panel right here, which is where I'm showing it to you now. So I want to create a sloping transitional effect from the front to the back of the tank. So I also did this by using the driftwood, by using the sand back here, the gravel back there. But you also want to have something cool for the fish to swim around, which is kind of where this driftwood comes in, because the fish will hover around it. You can see them doing it right now. So, there's a cardinal tetra up here, and there's a bunch back there, And that's where they'll go to whenever they feel threatened. And they'll kind of come out here and they'll hover around it. And it looks really cool because it feels natural. You know, it's okay that they're not always swimming throughout the entire tank. It's, you know, if they're swimming in that one part, it looks a bit more natural. I like the way that looks. So, but don't be afraid to go outside the box, you know, bend the rules, you know, try something new because that's how good ideas are made. So, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe, like the video, leave a comment suggesting a future video idea. I want to know your guys' input. I want to know what kind of videos you want me to make, what you want to see, if you want updates on the tanks, if you want whatever, more tutorial videos like this, just let me know. Check out my blog site. A link to that will also be in the description of this video, as well as a link to the overview I made for this tank a long time ago, so you can kind of see how this tank's transformed. So make it an awesome week, guys. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, check my blog site out, and have an awesome day. Later.